Hello again, we're back here on the A1 pits. I've gone on pit 2 this time. I'm on the railway bank. I spent about 2 hours looking around when I got here. These were the first fish that I saw. I've had a look around the other lakes and couldn't really see anything, so I've come back here and dropped into this swim. I don't know what the sound's going to be like on this video because somehow I've lost my microphone for the camera, so we'll just have to see how I go on and if it's good enough to publish. Thanks, but bye for now. Okay, well, I've finished baiting up. I've probably got 2 rods out on a spot at about 7 wraps. I've seen fish moving about there. I've probably spotted out half to 3/4 of a kilo of pellet and 10 and 15 mil cell boilies. I've done them in the smart liquid, cell smart liquid, and I've added some hemp oil to it as well, just to give it that bit of extra attraction. My right hand rod is down the margin. There's a tree line margin down to my right, which I'll show you shortly. And that's just got a PVA bag with the pellet and boilie, the same as what I've put out in the spod, again soaked with hemp oil and the mainline smart liquid. So I'll catch you in a bit. Well, I'm pleased to say that after baiting up, there's still fish showing over the area, which is a bonus. It's always a gamble when you spot a bit of bait out, not knowing if you're going to spook the fish off or not, but they seem to have stuck around, so I'm quite hopeful of maybe a fish into this evening or maybe first thing in the morning. Mornings seem to be prime time on these pits at the moment. Whether that'll change later in the year as the days get shorter remains to be seen, but at the moment most takes that I've had have been between 5 and 7 in the morning, so fingers crossed we'll get one. There you go, that's the margin that I'm fishing down, and the other 2 rods are out in open water, casting towards the end of that rush bed that you can see on the far bank, or hopefully you can see. Yeah, I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, but there is actually a reed bed over there. Like I say, I'm casting out in the direction, of the end of it, to the left, near where the buoy is, the life-saving ring, because they are deep pits, these. So it's looking like it might rain. Ideal conditions, really. It's overcast, warm, but not sweltering hot. So as you can see, it's rush hour on the A1. Right? Rush hour on a bank holiday. Doesn't sound right, does it? Anyway, catch you in a bit. Okay, we'll just have a quick look at what rigs I'm fishing with. For the margin rod, I've just got a simple knotless knot hair rig, the quick change swivel on the end, and on that I'm fishing a 15 mil cell mainline wafter with a bit of pink fake corn just to top it off, because I've noticed in here the fish like via Viz baits. Pink and white seem to be something that they really go for, and I've done really well on that down the years. The open water rods, if you just bear with me a moment. I'm fishing a Ronnie rig, a 20-pound ESP stiff link boom. I'm actually trying out the new Corda crimps. I don't know if you can see that, they make really tidy rigs. They really are good, much better than tying knots in your line. And I attach the pop up with a bait screw. You can see that. Just saves messing about with the lighter. And on those rigs, they're both on the same rig, I've got some of the high vis mainline pink and white pop-ups. I've got a white one on one rod and a pink on the other. I was quite disappointed. I went to the tackle shop this week and apparently Mainline is stopping doing these, so I've been told. The shop hasn't been able to get any for ages, which is quite concerning because I'm down to my last 10-15 baits. But I've managed to get on eBay, and thankfully there's still places doing them, so I've ordered a tub off there because we all know fishing's about confidence, and I've got a lot of confidence in those pop-ups. They really do the business for me. Okay, it's about 7 o'clock in the evening now. I'm quite hopeful we might get a chance tonight. I've just been out watching the water and there's been fish showing over the baited area in open water and down the margin where I'm fishing. To be fair, there's fish showing all over the lake. They seem to be quite dispersed, but they're sort of head and shouldering, which is usually a sign that they're either feeding or they're going to feed. So fingers crossed we might get one before bed tonight. If not, I'm quite confident that we'll get one in the morning, if not tonight. So hopefully we'll have something to report. There we are, first night, 1812. Well happy with that. Let's get him back and get the rod back out. Thank you. Well, it's always nice to get an early fish, and that one fell to the sou'wafter with the pink fake corn. I'd put about 50 boilies round it with the catapult. Like I say, I'd seen fish over the bait for the last hour or so, so I was reasonably confident of a take. And it's just nice to get one early in the session and takes the pressure off. Hopefully the first of many. We'll update if I get any more through the night. Bye for now. Morning. Well, no more fish through the night. Had a few liners just after dark. Sat up quite late because I thought things might go off with having that fish early, but it hasn't. Still quite hopeful of another one this morning. There were still fish in the area crashing out through the night. And on the plus side, I found my microphone. It's just appeared. It's appeared on the floor in the bivvy. So at least we've got decent sound for the rest of the session. I'm going to get the kettle on, and hopefully we'll have another fish to show you shortly. Okay, well, been out watching the water since about 5:30, and there's still a few fish about, a bit of bubbling over the margin rod. I've just had a fish crash right out over the top of it. Same thing happened last night, about an hour before I had the take. The fish showed twice over the baited area and then went. So it's quite cloudy today, so we might get an extended feeding spell this morning. It might run up to about 11 o'clock. So stick at it and hopefully we'll get one. Okay, well, I've redone the rods. I've spotted probably half a kilo of bait out. I've put another about 8 pouchfuls of loose boilies over the margin rod again. There's still fish moving about. I thought I was going to get a take this morning because I had fish head and shouldering over the baited area, but it seems they weren't feeding confidently enough to make a mistake. So I think I'm in for a pretty quiet afternoon. I'm not really expecting anything till after 5 o'clock this evening. So if I get anything between now and then, I'll update you. Well, it's been a quiet afternoon, not many fish showing, but the last half hour or so there's been one or two moving about over the baited area. So I'm quite hopeful that now we're coming into bite time, maybe we'll get one within the next hour. Wait for the train to go. Hopefully with it coming into bite time now, next hour or two, we might see a fish again. Oh, what can I say? Absolutely wounded. I had a screaming take at about 5 o'clock and it felt a decent fish and it weeded me up and it just wasn't coming out. after about 4 attempts to get the rod back on the spot, finally got it there. Hopefully we'll get another chance, but I feel quite dejected after that, to say the least. Catch up with you in a bit. Well, we're well into bite time now. There's been no more chances since the lost fish. I've had a couple of liners on the margin rod and one out on the baited area. Had a liner not so long ago, so might still be a chance there, but we'll have to wait and see. I think morning's probably going to be the best opportunity now. It tends not to fish very well through the night, and it's very rare you get a take once darkness falls. Update if I get anything. Morning. Well, there was I had liners in the night up till about 11 o'clock, but no takes. So maybe a chance. Sorry, I just woke up. Maybe get a chance this morning. Who knows? But I'm going to give it till about 10 o'clock. Then I'm going to be packing up and off the lake. Going to get myself a cup of coffee for now. Still feeling quite wounded after losing that fish last night. It's gutting. Losing fish, I hate it. But still, catch you in a bit. Okay, well, I've got my second coffee now. I'm awake. Been watching the water for a bit, and I've not really seen any signs of fish this morning. So I'm not overly hopeful of getting a take before we pack up. But we'll keep working at it. We'll keep watching. If I see any fish show, I'll get a bait out on their head. And it's always been a tactic that worked well for me in the past. If you see showing fish, put a bait to them, just a single hook bait, and 7 times out of 10 will result in a pickup. So fingers crossed, we'll get a bit of action. Okay, well, it's coming towards the end of bite time now. I've had no more bleeps on the rods, not really seen a lot of fish showing, so I'm going to start having a slow pack down, and I'll update if I get anything else. If not, thanks for watching. If you like, please subscribe, and see you next time.